Hello everybody, my name is Ebon Ethos, and I am gaming with Spirit today. And the reason why I'm gaming with Spirit is because I'm about to play with a game which in my opinion is one of the most iconic and old school games I've ever played. When I was about 8 years old, 9 years old, I played Myst. M-Y-S-T. Now, you've probably watched the opening that I posted with this video, so you kind of know what I'm talking about as a game. It's very old. I mean, this game was originally released in 1993. Now, they did a remastered version of it, I think, for the 10th anniversary, and I know that they're going to be doing another something special for the 25th anniversary, which is this year, 2018. So I thought, I'm looking for a genre of games to really dig myself into, something that I was excited about, had a lot of energy and passion. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the Myst game. Now, I've already tested my audio, my video, everything's working great. I've done numerous repetitions of this. So I'm going to get straight into the game. We're going to be bringing with us our handy-dandy notebook, because if you've ever played this game, or you played games like it, the old school adventure games, you need to write down clues, because they don't provide you with like in-game hints or anything. So we're just going to pull ourselves out a pencil here. There we go, got a mechanical pencil, so I can erase any mistakes I might make. And we're going to get started here. Really cool old sound effects. They always stick with you. Okay, so as you can see, Tiny Mouse. It's a point-and-click adventure game. I'm sure some of you have seen games like this. This one obviously has some iffy graphics, but they're a little bit more three-dimensional than they used to be. All of this used to be done in a very realistic style of art. It was pretty gorgeous. And at some point, maybe during when I do these streams, because I'm going to be doing a let's play of this whole game, I might pull up some pictures. So, to get started... Oh, hello. To get started, I haven't played this game again in like 15 years, so things might surprise me a little bit more than they should. Like I said, nostalgia. Nostalgia is really heavy in this game. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, there's something you need to do with this, obviously. Push the button. Wow, that's a very loud sound. I'm not sure how quiet I can make it without causing some problems with the recording. Ah. Let me go. There it is. Okay. So we're going to write down these things, because they might be important. Now, I know a few things from my old playthroughs of this game. Like, I know what a marker switch looks like. I played this game that long. But for those people who haven't played this game before, I'm going to show you what the marker switch looks like. So, the marker switch is 47, not 67. Which, if you notice, the 67 is actually a display of water. So this was actually displaying a water setup. Okay. So as you can see here, that's what a marker switch looks like. It's a pretty basic little block with a switch. You actually might have seen it to the far side when we first got into this game. So those are important for a certain part of the game. I can't quite remember. I think it has something to do with one of the endings at this point. Let's see, here's the marker switches. Click. I like to click them up. Switch. Alright, so as you can see, the game can move pretty quickly through screen to screen. Ooh, letter. Catherine, I've left you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Okay, that's why I need to know the switches. Okay, no, there's something with the ending, too, that's very important about those things. I just don't remember what it is. So, marker switches. So we just flicked 2 of them, right? Yeah, we flicked 2. So, 3? 4? Oop. No, I did him. It's 4. 5? 6? 7. Oh, 8. Okay, I can't get to that one because it's behind there. It's a bit annoying. But imagine this whole place looking very realistic. So 8 is my marker switches. Zoom. Okay, so we're back in here. We know that our number of marker switches is 8. We just ran around and found them all. So we're going to go 0, 8. So now, in theory, we'll have Atris's message that he left for his wife, Catherine.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Obviously, she never either got the message or she just didn't erase it. I'm guessing she didn't get the message because there's other games that kind of talk more about this. Now, the reason why the bookstore thing is important is because Atris, this is the character you should listen to. By the way, that was actually from the original game. So imagine a game back that old having video in it. It was like, oh my god, the world was ending. It was amazing. So anyways, nostalgia again. The Dunny people, which were this ancient civilization that had ability to write worlds in books. Now, they didn't actually physically create it. There's a long-standing argument about whether they actually create the worlds, whether they just make a link to it. A lot of people just think they make a link to an existing world in the multiverse. So they use these books to get food, water, materials, and other things like that. So for Atris's library, which has all of these worlds that he's made, to be burned, that's like blowing up worlds in a sense. A lot of people felt that way about books. So pretty crucial. So he said something about tower rotation. I think it has to do in the library. So we're going to the library now. Okay, so this is the library. I mean, makes sense. It has books in it. You can kind of see it from the distance. So we're going to go in here. Music change? Not really. Okay. So here's the books. Oh, joy. Oh, double joy. I forgot about this. Not really. I actually remembered, but I forgot all about this little add-on to the... Okay, so these two books, the red and the blue book, are Atris's sons. Not really. They're just in the book. They're inside the world within the book. And that page, the blue page and the red page you see over here, you have to bring them pages from the different worlds that you visit in Atris's library and put them back in the books to get more of the story about what's happened. Which, again, when I played this game, I was very young. I didn't remember Myst of it. What I do remember is these two portraits. These two portraits control the way to the tower, which is behind here. Because when you open... that's an important thing later, I think. Something about that I vaguely remember. So, this is the library, and as you can see, these books are burned. Very much so, books burned. But there are 4 books. This one here. This one here. This one here. And the last one is here. This is the mechanical age. So, the first age I want to do something with is Channelwood, the green age. And mostly because I think it's really kind of a cool age. So we're going to try something a little bit different going there. And we're just going to follow the... I want to say the rocks is the ship out you saw outside. And then this one is the Selenic age, which I believe is the rocket ship. And this last one is that big gear you saw at the docks. Very simple to get to, very simple to do, as far as I remember. So Channelwood, I'll read this book because there might actually be hints in this book that we need to write down, otherwise we will be completely screwed. And I just realized that my pencil has no lead in it, so... Ah, there's one that has lead. Alright. I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Although it's exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wood passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet, and I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began to appear to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated thoroughly enthusiastic hand motions that I was able to follow them. That I was to follow them. Okay. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from a deep blue to a muddy orange, then from a muddy orange to a beautiful clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water, and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up, the grand trees. It's very interesting to watch these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. He appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor on a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appeared to me. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It's almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers, and he himself has told me he has not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high up above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly. I assume some sort of tectonic or volcanic action. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time, and they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and quickly grew to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they would gradually die out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me. Although many details are very unclear in my mind, I am essentially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes in the truth of his story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event that I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and sleep. Then he said, we had expected you to come sooner. These actions filled him with some sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each one and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked up the door, and off into the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent, and they began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of the walkway, and carried away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure, with the use of some portion of one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As his strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found some food outside the door to my room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I'm even beginning to learn bits of their language. I've decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I'm sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age will be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Achenar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind, as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they are enjoying this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than I can myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmian Aid. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I couldn't think of no better place than to leave them for a short while. So I consent to their request. I warn the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warnings, and I have faith that they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Fran and her people are continued to be menaced by the Kroshtik, which I will write down, in case I have to go there later. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Achenar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Achenar, I see that they are handling things well, and I think they can put the rest of my fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. For a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Achenar are staying behind. This turns red. So the blue... I have a feeling this is important. I have been gone for over 3 days, and there have been many different places. I have had to tell Cirrus and Achenar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken. Although they only could remember her from their childhood, Catherine suggested it would be wise for Cirrus and Achenar to leave Channelwood for a while. And I have to agree. They'll be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly about their adventures, and I'm writing my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from black. I had thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh at myself. No one will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me that they would like to come to Channelwood again, and asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Although I'll have to think about their request, I believe they have proven to me they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. So I'm going to make a quick notation here about this. I feel like this is going to be an important thing to remember eventually, especially when we're going to be going to Channelwood first as an age. This small diagram might be very important about understanding how this age is laid out. Because I feel like it's going to be more of a puzzle within the age itself rather than just a puzzle that I'll have to solve. And apparently there's going to be a future bridge there. So we'll do that and that and that. And this will be another square. This goes into a circle. And this goes into another short pier. And then another circle. And that's the end of this book. And I'm not going to bore you guys with numerous tellings of each of the books. I feel like that would just be a little bit too insensitive. So we're going to start doing the channel. Well, let's do the books first, and then we'll do the tower rotation. Because I'll set that first. Yep. Okay. I was right. So this is the tower rotation. Boom. So that should be Channelwood, I think. And let's listen to Cirrus and Achenar, shall we? See, nothing at all. Alright, so the red page into the book.
Bring me a red page. I can't see it. Need a red page, you must. Make a bring. Shh. I am serious. Give it up. There is one thing I need to rescue.
So just to remind myself, I wrote down that Cirrus is the red page book brother. He kind of reminds me of someone who's blatantly not trustworthy at all. So I don't know how people play this game and we're like, oh, he looks like a trustworthy fellow.
Serious? Are you? See you. Nah. Help me. Bring blue pages. Never. Pages. I must have the blue page. Bring them to me.
That was rather close to me. I mean, I know we can't escape the book, but it gets a little bit creepy. Alright, so there it goes. Okay, so this is going to bring down the bookshelf, close the front door, because Atris was very paranoid about security. So once again, the blue book brother, Achenar, because that's Achenar, he seems like he's completely off of his rocker, and no one should try to help him, but you know, it's always the one maybe you feel worst for. Alright, we are in the tower. And we're facing the tree. Oh, okay. Over there is a panel with the key. 724. 724. I wonder what that's about. That I'm really curious about. I don't. I'm sure it'll be explained to me when I go to the place where Channelwood's age is supposed to be located, which is, I think, a cabin. I think it's a cabin out by the tower, the clock tower thing. And here we go. Boop. That didn't work. There it goes. Rest of the bookshelf closes. And the way out opens up. Eh. The struggle. Hello, cabin. Nope, go back into the cabin. Okay. Oh! Oh, it's a combination for the safe. 7, 2, 4. You know, you never would think in your wildest dreams that a match oh, there it goes. A match would be the most important thing. Okay, so this is the tree. Nope, don't turn around. Oh. Okey-doke. Is there a specific pressure I need to be at? I feel like there's a specific pressure I need to be at. I'm gonna lose my mind trying to figure it out. No, see now it's just going all the way down. And you don't want it to go all the way down. You want it to, like, be half and half. Speak to me, machine! Maybe I just keep turning it up. Until, like, explodes. I don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might have goofed. I might have screwed up pretty big. I'm very high in the tree. Ah! Nope. I mean, on the plus side. Okay, so I kind of... I think I have to get that down into the ground, so... I think I know how this works now. All the way down, buds. I wonder how I got the defeat the first time. Nope. Nope. Okay. I just have to wait for it to come down. Yep. Just have to wait. Just have to wait. It will come down, and I'll be able to enter it and go down with it. Patience is a virtue in this game sometimes. I really shouldn't breathe into the microphone. It probably causes a lot of problems. Wait for it. Just one more thing to go. Come on. There it is. Apparently I can't push the button. It has to go by itself. And we're underground, just like that. Now those are shadows. That's really bad shading. I know. Old game. Okay, so there's the book. There's the book. Alright, we are here. After waiting patiently for it to go down so we could ride the tree into the ground, because you actually have to do that. You have to ride the tree. And then you have to use this knob to get back up. So this is going to be a fun adventure. So this is Channelwood. Looks to be a pretty cool place. So I don't know how far we're going to get in Channelwood, but we're going to try to get at least a little ways in before we quit for the day. And I'll give a quick... I'll let everyone kind of watch this quick tour. Again, remember this game originally came out in 1993, and they did stuff like this. It wasn't as graphically, you know, the same. It was more... They might have even kept the same video they used, just used the same loop. Alright, here we go. Okay, the frogs are chirping. Animals are chirping. Okay. So the diagram that I made from the book actually has relevance here. I have a feeling I have to do something with these water things. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to have to do. But, in the meantime, we're going to do a little exploring. Now, once we're done with the exploration, I think I'm going to end this video here because, well, to be honest, I don't want the series to be like super short because I did all in one setting. I want everybody to kind of enjoy the game as I enjoyed the game when I first did this. So we're going to run over here. To this little outcropping of rock. I think actually is where... Sorry. I think this is where... That like, cuts out the water. But it's another clever drain system. Nope. So... Alright. Yeah, I have no clue. I haven't done... Like I said, I haven't done this game in like a year and a half. Well... I've not physically, mentally, or otherwise played this game in years. So this particular age, for sure, is going to confuse me. Now, I'm not sure what I have to do here. Alright, well, that being put aside... Oh, let me go back there and look at that. Okay. So it's all based on water power. So... There's supposed to be a bridge that's going to show up there eventually. Okay. Well, everybody, I'm going to leave this episode of Myst here. Myst Masterpiece Edition, by the way. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you like, comment, maybe even subscribe if you're really, really interested. And, you know, until I see you guys next time, which I will see you guys for sure again, I hope you have a beautiful, I can't do it right. A beautiful day. And until next time, bye.